Navidad, Graham trae una doble nostalgia porque, si te acuerdas, fue en este sitio donde por primera vez ensayamos. Aquí comenzó Clásico Latino y en esta época del año, en diciembre, es cuando personas como yo, que dejamos el país para hacer una nueva vida en Inglaterra, sentimos esa nostalgia de las raíces, de las novenas y lo que es la Navidad. Y bueno, Graham, poder tocar contigo un villancico como este trae a la memoria la niñez, la infancia, toda esa expectativa por los regalos, los villancicos, y es hermoso poder revivir eso a través de la música en este sitio que nos ha traído tantos momentos tan especiales con la música.
But it's fantastic to be back here in St John's College, where this is the room actually. We had our very first rehearsal, and we played Bésame Mucho. That was our very first song, and I had no idea what this was all about, and certainly no idea that all these years later we'd be back here doing Villancicos and being nostalgic about our own journey through the Latin music. It's funny you saying that, because I remember when we first met, it was actually nearly Christmas time when we had our first meeting, and you were talking at that time about what life was like, because I asked what's Christmas like in Colombia, and that was when we were back here as students. It wasn't until 10-15 years later when we first tried playing these villancicos, and then it was very clear that these kind of children's songs, they were very much a part of the Latin American Christmas and the Colombian Christmas in particular for you.
Yo creo que también fue en ese espíritu que decidimos grabar este disco de Navidad con Clásico Latino, y ha sido muy interesante, Graham, poderte mostrar un poco a través de esta música las raíces de nuestra infancia, en mi caso en Colombia, con estos villancicos, y la Navidad con Clásico Latino creo que revive eso muy bien desde esta distancia hermosa, pero al fin y al cabo la distancia.
Yeah, because we have our own nostalgia. I mean, it's obviously our way of doing Christmas is different to how you were describing, but Christmas is such a magical time for a child, and it's one of those times of year that just takes you right back to when you were 4, 5, 6 years old. And I have my own children now, so I see it. The excitement in my daughter's faces as the Christmas period gets closer. My littlest one, she's counting down the days. She doesn't really understand what it means to be 25 days away, but she's still counting, and I can it's a way of kind of reliving that time in your own life.